In the summer of 2021, a new tool began to haunt the world of software development, GitHub Copilot. It called itself an AI pair programmer, but to many, it felt like a ghost in the machine. Start typing a function or a comment, and Copilot would instantly suggest entire blocks of code, sometimes eerily accurate, sometimes uncanny. This wasn't autocomplete, it was generative, understanding intent from just a few words. Developers would write a comment like, "function to fetch user data from API," and Copilot would conjure the code before they could even start. The effect was magical and unsettling. Who was this silent partner? Where did its knowledge come from? The launch on June 29, 2021, wasn't just another product release. It was a quiet tremor that signaled a seismic shift in how software was created. The programming community was split, awe at the utility, suspicion at the mystery. "It's like it's reading my mind," one user tweeted. Copilot felt less like a tool, more like a collaborator, impossibly fast, impossibly knowledgeable. But beneath the excitement, unease lingered. Its suggestions were often perfect, but sometimes subtly flawed, introducing bugs or vulnerabilities a novice might miss. Programmers, used to deterministic systems, were now inviting a non-deterministic intelligence into their most sacred workspace. The launch of Copilot marked the start of a new era, a complex relationship between human coders and their AI counterparts. The ghost was out of the machine, and it was here to stay. Copilot's story began years before its launch. In 2018, Microsoft acquired GitHub, gaining access to the world's largest collection of open-source code. A year later, Microsoft invested $1 billion in OpenAI, whose language models could generate human-like text. The breakthrough: what if an AI was trained not just on language but on code? OpenAI's Codex was born. An AI fluent in Python, JavaScript, and more, able to turn comments into working code. Microsoft's GitHub provided the data, OpenAI provided the engine. The vision: integrate Codex into developers' workflows, not as an autopilot but as a copilot. A partner, not a replacement. The name was intentional. Copilot would assist, not take over. This framing soothed anxieties and highlighted collaboration. The ghost in the machine now had a name and a mission. The stage was set for a revolution in coding. Installing Copilot was transformative. It integrated seamlessly, offering code completion on a scale never seen before. Type def calculate average numbers, and Copilot would suggest the entire function body. It anticipated intent, freeing developers to focus on harder problems. Copilot could translate comments into code, acting as a high-level interpreter for human thought. "It's like having a junior developer who never gets tired," said one engineer. Copilot's contextual awareness was remarkable. It adapted to project styles, data structures, and libraries. Its suggestions felt personalized, fitting seamlessly into existing code. For learners, Copilot was an interactive guide. No more constant web searches for syntax or examples. "I learned more Python in 2 weeks with Copilot than in 6 months of courses," claimed a user. It flattened the learning curve, making it easier to pick up new languages and frameworks. Copilot wasn't just a productivity tool, it was becoming an indispensable companion for creation and education. The way developers worked was changing, fast. Copilot's rise sparked immediate controversy. Its AI was trained on public GitHub code, much of it under licenses requiring attribution. Copilot generated code without crediting original authors, raising legal and ethical questions. Who owns Copilot-generated code? The developer, their employer, or Microsoft? Some companies banned Copilot, fearing legal risks from accidental license violations. Beyond law, critics worried about skill atrophy. Would developers become mere prompt engineers, losing deep understanding? "We're at risk of creating copy-paste developers," warned one architect. Supporters countered. Copilot freed minds for higher-level thinking, just as calculators did for math. The debate wasn't just about a tool. It was about the very definition of skill in the age of AI. The future of programming was suddenly up for grabs. Despite controversy, Copilot's adoption was explosive. Within a year, over 1 million developers had used it. By 2023, Copilot wrote nearly half of all new code in supported languages on GitHub. Businesses, seeing productivity gains of 30–55%, rolled it out to entire teams. Copilot accelerated onboarding and helped both seniors and juniors work faster. But a paradox emerged. While code was written faster, studies showed slightly more bugs and security issues. Yet Copilot users also fixed bugs faster. The net effect was complex. Developers shifted from pure authors to curators, reviewing and refining AI-generated drafts. Code reviews became more critical than ever. The mantra: trust, but verify. Copilot didn't just speed up development, it changed the entire workflow. Human oversight and rigorous testing became essential counterparts to AI-driven code. The development lifecycle was fundamentally altered. The age of human-AI collaboration had arrived. Copilot's success sparked an AI coding arms race. Google, Amazon, and startups launched their own AI assistants, each vying for a piece of the future. Coding education changed. Some schools banned AI tools, others embraced them, shifting focus to problem-solving and code evaluation. The definition of a programmer was evolving in real time. The next frontier: no-code platforms powered by AI, where anyone can describe an app in plain English and see it built. Copilot is just the beginning, bridging human language and machine logic. The story isn't about machines replacing humans, but about new collaboration. The programmer of the future will be a conductor, orchestrating AI agents and ensuring quality, security, and ethics. Programming is evolving, becoming more creative, more powerful, and more human. The ghost in the machine is now a partner. The only question: what will we build together?